Hello and welcome to the History of Healing. In this session we'll be looking at the emergence of manual therapy, specifically physiotherapy and massage. My name is Aaron Bright. I'm a massage therapist and musculoskeletal therapist. I also lecture here at the Endeavour College of Natural Health. As something of a definition, manual therapy is an umbrella term which is used for any therapy that makes use of touch and manipulation of the body's soft tissues to promote optimum health. Massage, or touch therapy, is probably the oldest form of healing on the planet. In some form, all animals need touch as a basic necessity for survival. It is an important part of physical, emotional, and psychological development. It also assists with the promotion and maintenance of health and well-being. Massage in and of itself is essentially the manipulation of the skin, muscles, joints, soft tissues, neural tissue, visceral tissue, and it is used to help relieve spasm, tension, improve circulation, and hasten the elimination of wastes from the body. It can also be used to mobilize and stretch the connective tissues of the body, again assist with circulation, pacify or calm the nervous system, and also in the assistance of rehabilitation from injury. Massage or manual therapy is found in every culture on the planet. It is an important part of every healthcare system throughout the world. In prehistoric times, it is thought that the area or skills of massage and touch would have developed as a necessity for surviving everyday life. Aches, pains, strains, bruises, all of these would have been affected by either rubbing or holding, or simply by getting someone to touch or support a person who might be in pain or suffering. It is thought that these early origins led to the development of systematized schools of massage that we now see today. It is interesting to note that until recent times, massage was rarely applied as a standalone therapy. It typically was involved with other forms of healing, such as the use of herbs, meditation, breathing, water therapies, hot and cold uses, and certainly in shamanic practices. Massage has been found originating from many areas around the world. These include Africa, Central and South America, North America, Europe, Asia, and Oceania. It's also of interest to note that in Australia, massage was commonly used by tribes in some areas of the continent. These were typically used by the wise man or medicine man of the group. The first recorded evidence of massage dates back to 2350 BC in the area of modern-day Iraq. From Egyptian tomb paintings, we can also see trained massage therapists at work applying manipulations of the soft tissues to the hands and feet. Chinese massage, known as Tuina, is based on TCM, or traditional Chinese medicine philosophy. TCM is based on the traditional Chinese model of cosmology. These date back to pre-Christian times. The basic idea of Tuina is to use various manual techniques to help assist with the flow of qi through the body. In the traditional Chinese models of medicine, qi flows through specific meridians of the body. A couple of various techniques that were found in traditional Chinese massage include the method of the one-finger school. In this method, manipulation of the body is done by one finger, or possibly the thumb, applying that technique to meridians of the body. The rolling school of massage was using more broader applications, so it might be fist or knuckle or elbow or forearm, feet, or even knees in some cases to the body. The flat pushing method is also used similar to the rolling method, but just direct flat pressures are placed to the body. The pointing method is a variation of the one finger method, and the applications are applied in different manners to either stimulate, to sedate, or to tonify the energy corresponding to the meridians. It is also of interest to note that in traditional Chinese medicine there was many schools of bone setting. Now, bone setting techniques are traditionally applied to either manipulate the joints, as is popular with modern chiropractic, or to help reset joints after dislocation or fracture. India has a large volume of work pertaining to massage. These again date back to pre-Christian times and are widely spread through Indian culture. Ayurveda, or the Indian science of health, recognizes the flow of energy through the body, and as is demonstrated by the diagram on the right-hand side of this slide, it is a very complex and diverse model that they work under. Of particular importance are mama points. Mama points are essentially junction points for energy flowing through the body. These correspond to the body's chakras, or 7 energy centers. And again, as can be seen in the diagram, they're quite well modelled and well defined, and a trained therapist would manipulate these points to promote health and healing. It is interesting to note that the application of massage therapies was a very skilled practice in and around India at this time, and even today, and it requires long and arduous training. It is also of interest to note, and perhaps even obvious, that the massage therapies and healing techniques are well related to yoga and traditional Indian martial arts. Or perhaps we can consider them exercise therapies. If we travel now to Rome and Greek culture, indeed in even pre-Christian times, a lot of the healthcare and work of massage and healing was carried out by slaves to the Roman Empire. Now, a lot of these slaves came from many different backgrounds and areas that had been conquered by the Romans. So essentially what was created was something of a mixing pot of medicine, massage and healing techniques. So this started to culminate in the creation of a bath culture. If we look at Greek history, Hippocrates noted in his original Hippocratic corpus that the use of massage could be used to treat dislocation of shoulder and other ailments of the body. Around the era of 400 BC, what was quite, or starting to become commonplace, was the establishment of health complexes and spas. Now, these complexes were designed essentially for rehabilitation and healing, and they would include gymnasiums, sleeping centres, bathing rooms or hydrotherapy rooms, libraries for study, and massage centres. The massage at this time was applied by trained slaves, essentially, who were skilled in the use of massage therapy. If we move forward to the era of around 1000 AD, a famous Persian physician by the name of Avicenna wrote in his book, The Canon of Medicine, that massage was very effective use for the method of relieving pain. His book has continued to influence modern medicine even to today. With the spread of modern Christianity through the world, the Church began to take control over areas of healing and medicine. Unfortunately, at this time, the use of tactile therapies became restricted and was generally reserved to only priests or monks. This act of laying on of hands was associated with divine influence and therefore was not allowed to be used by the masses. However, at this time, massage therapy or forms of touch healing continued to spread through folk medicine and individuals who continued to study these practices. As time continued on, massage therapy continued to grow, particularly in line with the developments of anatomy and physiological studies. As the 1600s drew on, a more liberal approach to life was beginning to emerge. At this time, the touch therapies continued to enjoy an area of growth and development. In the late 1700s, a French translation of an ancient Chinese text, the Kung Fu of Tao Chi, established itself as something of a standard for the study and practice of massage in the West. It was at this time that Per Henrik Ling, a Swedish fencing and gymnastics lecturer, developed his model of exercise and therapy, which essentially started what we now know as Swedish massage. What was found at this time is that by using these techniques of gymnastics and passive movements, which essentially comprised of massage techniques, Ling's athletes were able to maintain their bodies and attain peak fitness. These forms of Swedish massage continue even today. If we travel forward to Britain in 1895, the first massage association was established by a group of women. It is interesting to note at this point that the term masseur and masseuse, respectively, relates to the masculine and feminine title for massage therapy. At this time, the Society of Trained Masseuses attempted to respond to the British Medical Association's claims that massage was nothing more than a lowly, untrained form of therapy that was typically associated with brothels and massage parlours. As massage did manage to continue to gain acceptance through the Western society and grow through the early 20th century, we saw that massage, and we can see in the books, the history books, that in Europe, North America and Australia, massage became a prominent part of health and healing practices. They were widely used through hospitals and certainly incorporated in health and healing practices. In the World Wars I and II, massage was certainly part of recuperation and rehabilitation of soldiers injured from war. So ingrained were these practices that even after the war, massage continued to be used in the preparation and development of athletes. At this time, however, the development of pharmaceutical drugs, surgery, and the understanding of the role of germs in disease and dysfunction started to lead to the development or the approach away from hands-on health. A lot of areas of natural health, including diet, nutrition, herbs and homeopathy, started to be viewed as alternative practices and certainly not forming part of mainstream medical or surgical methods. While this was certainly the case in Australia, massage still continued to be an important part of the population. While Chinese immigrants did bring traditional Chinese massage methods to Australia, unfortunately they did not gain popularity with Australians of European origin. In the early 1900s, massage therapy did continue to be used in hospitals. As early as 1912, Joseph Fay, a remedial massage therapist, wrote a book, Scientific Massage for Athletes. This was something of a start of massage as a profession in Australia. Professional associations for massage did exist in Australia in different states in the early 1900s. In 1906, the first National Association for Massage was established in Australia. This was known as the Australasian Massage Association. In 1939, the Australian Massage Association changed its name to the Australian Physiotherapy Association, which continues to be in existence today. The term physiotherapy was preferred over massage because of its implication that it was more sophisticated, science-based, and they started to make use of exercise therapies and machines in preference to, while still continuing to use, manual therapies. Throughout the 20th and early 21st centuries, massage therapy continues to grow. In more recent times, the scientific study of anatomy and physiology and the efficacy of massage has pointed to the usefulness of it in techniques and healing. We'll now take a look at some of the different examples of manual therapy. While certainly not an exhaustive list, some examples include Swedish massage, trigger point therapy, deep tissue massage, sports massage, myofascial release, and tuina. Swedish massage, as discussed earlier, is basically a number of techniques that are stroking techniques applied to the body. Typically, these techniques are designed to relax and calm the body, the nervous system, increase circulation, improve lymphatic flow, and ultimately calm a worried mind and help the body to settle. The lymphatic system is largely assisted by Swedish massage, as the lymphatic flow of the body relies on either muscular action or gravity to assist with its return of fluid back to the heart. One of the great benefits of Swedish massage is that it is also very useful in recovery from sporting activity. It can use to assist in moving lactic acid, uric acid, and other metabolic waste from the circulatory system. One of the other great benefits of Swedish massage is the stimulation of the skin and therefore nervous system, which has a very calming effect on the body. This can help to bring about an increase in parasympathetic nervous function, which can increase digestion and a calm mind. In recent times, deep tissue massage has begun to become very popular. Deep tissue massage is sometimes known as neuromuscular technique, and this technique is designed to be aimed at treating deeper structures of the body. We've probably all experienced some form of deep tissue massage at some time, even if it's just a friend or a partner giving us a good rub. So we all know this can sometimes be painful, but ultimately the result of which is a softening of the body's muscles and hopefully a calming of the system. Now we come to something called trigger point therapy. Now trigger point therapy was developed in the early 1900s by Janet Travell and David Simons. Now they were American physicians, and essentially they identified these muscular knots, or what they called trigger points, as a major source of musculoskeletal pain in the body. Now typically this was treated by injections of anesthetic into these knots, therefore decreasing the musculoskeletal pain. This continues today. However, the manual therapist will use finger pressure to achieve the same result. So the major goal of trigger point therapy is essentially to release muscular spasm. Again, this can affect blood flow into the affected area. Trigger point therapy can be painful. However, the pain that will be experienced will pass quickly, and ultimately it should result in the relief and benefits of relief from pain and muscular tension. Sports massage. Sports massage is a large and growing area of the massage therapy field. Sports massage in Australia is a large part of the sports medical model. In fact, nearly all professional teams and sports people utilise massage in their recovery from sports, in the prevention of injury, and ultimately to maximise their performance. Myofascial release is a specific technique designed to mobilise and free the connective tissues of the body. One of the pioneers in this area is a lady by the name of Ida Rolf. Her work is known as structural integration, and a large part of this work is to balance the musculoskeletal structure. The aims of this are to improve posture and ultimately function of the body. Her work continues to spread around the world. However, while there are specific schools of structural integration, the actual technique of myofascial release are used by many different therapists, including massage therapists, physiotherapists, osteopaths, chiropractors. Even personal trainers will use techniques like stretching to release the myofascial tissues of the body. Acupressure, as discussed before, is basically a technique used to balance and stimulate the flow of qi through the body. Essentially, finger techniques are mainly used. However, as mentioned before, there are quite a number of different methods of manipulating the body through massage to affect and change meridian flow. Evidence-based massage practice. While we have more and more studies continuing to be based around massage therapy practice, it is still a grossly under-researched area. Unfortunately, due to the bias towards medical practice and non-manual therapies in recent times, it is only now in the recent 10 to 20 years that more money, particularly in Australia, is being spent on massage therapy research. This may be evident in people's attitudes and approach to massage in general. We are on the verge now within this industry of going from almost a folk healing model to a more evidence-based practice. You only have to ask somebody about massage and ask their opinions, and you will often find that they still think of massage as being some sort of friendly practice that someone might give to a friend or colleague rather than a serious profession. However, these attitudes are changing, and they are changing fast. Some of the areas that have been identified with studies include reduction of anxiety and improved perceived quality of life. It is interesting to note that they are of particular use in care with people who may be suffering from cancer and may even be in the palliative stage of treatment. Reduction of anxiety and depression is a large part of massage therapy. The simple decrease in stimulation of the sympathetic nervous system plays a large part in allowing people to become centered, settled, and heal. Massage can be of great benefit to people with multiple sclerosis. Again, the stimulation of the body's nervous system can help with their ability to control their body as they are affected by the disease. Lymphatic drainage and tissue oxygenation is an important part of massage therapy. For those that may have been through treatment for cancer, and in some cases may have removed the lymph nodes of the body, they can suffer from extreme swelling. This is one of the great benefits that massage therapy has to offer. It can help to restore a much more normal lymphatic flow and overall systemic flow of blood through the body. Again, respiratory function in asthmatics can be greatly assisted with massage and manual therapies. And certainly in arthritic conditions such as rheumatoid arthritis, massage can help to mobilize and free the body from stresses and strains and can help with recovery from inflammatory conditions. As evidence-based massage practice continues to grow in Australia and right around the world, we are continuing to see the massage and manual therapies accepted by a wider range of professionals and people and government organisations. It is our hope that in coming years, massage will continue to have a higher place within Australian government research and funding, and will rightfully be viewed in its important place in Australian society.